Hey, welcome to my channel. Cam's here, Master of Lodge St Molios, number 774 here on Arran. This is my first travel vlog. I filmed it last weekend and I was away for 2 nights. It was almost 3, but I managed to get back on the Saturday night. So I was away for 4 meetings and I've documented most of it. 4 meetings in 3 days. So the first one was to a Royal Arch installation of a good friend of mine who was installed into the chair for the second time at Port Glasgow Royal Arch chapter number 900, which is in Port Glasgow, just up the coast towards Glasgow in the Clyde area. And I travelled with 3 other guys, so I didn't do any filming. I'm going to make sure that I'm not filming people that don't want to be on, so I didn't film any of that bit of the journey. The first bit you're going to see is when I'm in McDonald's buying coffee after a night in a hotel in Greenock, early in the morning before I drove my 3 pals back down to Ardrossan. Here we go. Just heading into McDonald's for some coffees for the journey back to Ardrossan. So I'm taking the boys back. Staying over myself. Right, just dropped the boys off at the ferry. I'm in Asda car park in Ardrossan. So I'm going to be going and get a breakfast in Asda and work out what I'm going to do. Find somewhere to sit and read a book maybe. Go to Costa. Drive up to Gourock, get the ferry to Dunoon. Sit about Dunoon. Means parking somewhere. Got the whole day, it's just after 9. I've got the whole day to sit about. Meeting tonight is at 6:30, so yeah, a day of chilling on the mainland. I can even go to the pictures. Never think about that. Maybe have a wee look, see what's on. Go to Kilmarnock, catch a wee movie. Not a bad wee breakfast turns out. Pretty affordable as well. Very tasty. And this is my flask. I always take a flask with me when I'm travelling. This is what I had left over from Friday, so I'm just reheating it up to make myself a wee cup of coffee in the van. And then I decided, why not wash the van? I've had the van for over a year and I've never washed it, so I looked up places in Ardrossan and I found this place, Alley's, up at the top of Glasgow Street. It cost me 15 quid, maybe 20. It was worth it. And then into Seahorse Bookstore in Ardrossan, where I had a really good conversation with Gordon, Mr. Seahorse himself. It's a lovely little bookshop. They do events and stuff as well, and they're on bookshop.org if you want to support them. And in there they had a Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell board game, which I'd never seen before. I'm very intrigued because I've just finished the book for the second time. I went in to buy Piranesi, but they didn't have it, so I came out instead with another Susanna Clarke book, which you can just see there. The midwinter one. Alright, on my way back to Gourock, I've stopped off at Wemyss station because there's a bookshop here. So I've already killed some time in Seahorse Books in Ardrossan, which was a very fruitful stop. There was a good chat with Gordon, Mr. Seahorse, and I bought 3 books, of course. So now we're going into Wemyss Bay, which is a lovely little used bookshop where the came to once before and came out with like, I don't know, 10 books maybe. So we'll see how today's haul goes. Here's what I came away with for £4, including Piranesi. And headed up the coast to Gourock to catch the boat over to Hunter's Quay on the Kill Peninsula. That's Dunoon off to the left, but I'm going right, heading to Colintraive. So here I'm at, Colintraive. It's getting dark already, it's only 4:20. Winter's on its way. So I'm going to just go and have a wee look at the ferry terminal, film a wee bit of that. Then I'm going to get myself a pot noodle in the back of the van. Might even have a wee kip for an hour because I've got 2 hours to spare, so might be a wise use of my time. And I'll get into my suit ready for the meeting. Bute, just over here. It might be the shortest ferry crossing in Scotland, and you could chuck a stone across there. So I've done it once, gone over to Bute that way and then driven down to Rothesay. But it's a beautiful part of the world, isn't it? This is where I woke up, Portavadie. Beautiful location. Portavadie. Oh, slept a dillion. Parked just up there, there's a wee bit in the woods. Woke up at 8, ferry's at 8:30, so nipped my way down here to the slipway. That's me ready to head over. So I'll get breakfast in Tarbert, then I'll head on to Lochgilphead. Now I've got a meeting at 11, committee meeting,
Then I've got an arch Convocation for Provincial Grand Royal Arts Chapter at midday. Then I'm driving back to Tarbert for installation at Tarbert 1306. Last night was good, excellent installation, and good to be in company again with those guys. Had a good trip over. There's a bird flying over the water. So peaceful here at Portavadie, it's such an amazing place to sleep. And back there, the terminal building, they have hot water. So I went in and washed my coupon just before I parked at the slip bay. Nice.
So it's just coming into Tarbert. Nice smooth crossing, took about half an hour. Lovely little fishing village, Tarbert. Lochgilphead, just heading in for our little meeting. Regalia case, just got changed in the van. It's me back in Tarbert. Meeting was no bad in Lochgilphead, enjoyed it, and that's me back here for another installation. Another day, another installation. So today Charlie is going into the chair, and I'm hoping to get away by 5 o'clock, because normally this time of year there's no ferry back to Loch at this time of year. So they've extended it. Cattlemac's extended the summer-ish timetable until the 13th of November, which means there's a 5:30 boat back to the Isle of Arran. So I will get home tonight, providing I can leave by 5. And that's fully what I intend to do. The meeting starts at 3 this afternoon, so it should be alright. And at last night's installation, the installing masters split the meeting up so that they had to do the office bearers, then the master. So it was done with the two being done consecutively. Tonight they're going to be doing it at the same time, office bearers in one room, master in the other room, which means it'll be over in less time. And since last night started at 7 and was done by 9, this is almost guaranteed I'm going to get away by 5. Depends on the photographs. I've been asked to take photos, so I did say let's try and get them done before the meeting, in which case I should probably get in there now, because it's just after 2:15. So I'll get in there. There's a lot of masons obviously stoating about Tarbert, Just went in for a flat white and a scone to Cafe Cadora. Same place I had breakfast this morning. There's a bunch of Masons in there. I'm sure there's some across the road at the corner house, the pub. I just saw the reigning master going in, the guy who's just coming out the chair. So it's going to be a busy wee Masonic town this afternoon. Anyway, I'm going to go in and see about photos, try and get them done before the meeting, but if not, I'll just bail and they can take phone photos because I want to get home. That's me at Clonegg, waiting for the boat. 16:50? No, 17:50. So I thought I'd come and check the timetable board. It's turned off. So I've rechecked the timetable and there's definitely a 17:50. So I'm here in plenty of time. I left after the installing board, which is when the master gets installed by an installed master. So that went on while the office bearers were getting done in another room, and then the lodge gets resumed, which I avoided, which is a shame because that's when you get to see the new master being put into the chair and he gets handed the mallet for the first time. So it's a nice moment, but the guy who went in the chair, this is his third time, so you know, it kind of takes a bit of the magic away, I think. But he did look suitably humbled. Very nice guy indeed. And I enjoyed the installing board. It was a privilege. And I got to be installing junior warden, which meant I took part in the installing board, and I did the same last night because it was the same installing masters last night, father and son from Inverary, which was a pleasure to witness, and they did really well. But that's me, fingers crossed, home tonight after 4 meetings in 3 days. So just to recap, Royal Arch installation Thursday night, Port Glasgow. Blues installation at Lochgilphead, Bute, number 1120 in Colintraive last night. Half-yearly convocation for the Provincial Grand Royal Arch chapter of Argyll and the Isles, in which I am 3rd Grand Principal. And then installation at Lodge Tarbert, Loch Fyne, number 1306. And then home. Yay! Made the ferry and it's just me, the whole thing to myself. Mental, isn't it? Look at that. So I'll be home in an hour, which is awesome. Via the chippy, get myself a fish supper and then home.